The Los Angeles Coliseum, a place traveler calls home and the crowd loves to fight on when supporting the USC Trojans. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on the 25th ranked team in the land, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Nittany Lions will put toe to leather and will get started. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the USC Trojans offense takes the field to start this game off. And here comes the big fella, a staple of this aerial attack, Jesse.
And he's a guy that can line up all over the field, David. There's matchups out there waiting to be taken advantage of.
Yeah, and it's so nice to be able to do that. It makes it easy to play quarterback when you can feature a guy like this that's fast, big, and strong.
Quick completion to the right. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete. The incomplete pass leaves him with second down. Off the play fake. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
One of the things I love about this defense is they're so versatile in ways they can get after the quarterback. In their last game, they came away with 5 sacks, came from all over the place. They got the win. So you know in this one, they're going to dial up a lot of different looks. It's going to be tough for this offense to try to keep their quarterback standing up straight.
I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
And that is how you silence this raucous crowd. Defensively on the road. First drive of the game, setting the tone, getting a huge sack on 3rd down.
And the Trojans line up to punt it away. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. He only needs a sliver of daylight. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. So the Penn State Nittany Lions offense will try to get something started with their first possession. You know, yards figure to be hard to come by through the air, but some quarterbacks, Jesse, just love to go at the star corner.
Yeah, and this guy's got confidence. He's not afraid to go at anybody, but he better be careful because this cornerback is one of the best in the nation.
One of the best, no doubt. I think they will trust him on defense to make plays. So you got to make a decision. Is my guy good enough to beat him on the outside? I am fascinated by this matchup.
They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Holds and fires complete to the right. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Now the play fake. Got it in the middle. It's Fleming. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football. Had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them.
Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State.
And if It's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Wants to throw. It's Moss. A little release to the back. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
The Trojans send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Surprisingly makes a fair catch just outside the 40-yard line. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Holly.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. That is just a sideline clinic. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. They'll run play action. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be 3rd down. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the 1st down. The Nittany Lions have this offense rolling. Dropping back, it's Aller. Throwing right. Complete downfield. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Just on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Lets it fly deep downfield. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off.
Defensive backs have tough jobs. I mean, you think about whether you play nickel, whether you play dime, whatever it is, you put more DBs on the field. It's more speed. It's more guys that can cover, but they also got to cover that ground. But to cover the ground and make the pick, a lot of times you don't see that. Superb effort by that guy.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think
fires into traffic, intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
most defenses are lucky if you have one good covering corner. Fewer are lucky if you have two. They've got three DBs, three corners that can play at the same time in their nickel package that they feel can go mano-a-mano with anyone in the country. And you saw it on that last play coming away with the pick.
Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. They'll throw it on first down. A strike downfield. And right in the middle of tight coverage, and he still makes the grab at the 15. Going up top on first down. Gets it out quickly. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll run the counter. Able to get a couple on the play. He's down at the 9. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Back to throw, it's Allard. Fires into the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Stanford overcame a sloppy start and just put the finishing touches on a notable road win. And to pick yourself up and dust yourself off away from Palo Alto, this Cardinal team has to be thrilled with this result. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
They go to the draw. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And the Trojans will try to pin them back with the punt. Makes a move. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up the big return. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. Gonna run it. It's Singleton. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. Here's a quick throw out to the left. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. After trying the running game, let's see if they do it again on second down. Looking for a man, it's Allard. The quick out. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The Nittany Lions will snap it on 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. And that's a very productive first down play in bringing up 2nd and 3. Field gets a little tighter here in the red zone. Running the red zone, it's Allen. Noses his way forward, maybe gets one. They'll mark it at the 18. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. And the Nittany Lions are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks. They'll throw it on 1st down. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
How about this defense coming out aggressive on 1st down? They're in the red zone. They're like, no, we're going to take the fight to you. Now setting up a 2nd down and long and put them in a great position to be successful.
That last play, the kind of thing that can mess up a really good drive. It's 2nd and 17. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. This offense has a 2nd down play. The give to the back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And couldn't quite find the crevice he needed to pick up the first down. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. He's already put 3 on the board earlier, this time a 38-yard try. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And that lead grows even bigger. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. To the air on 1st down. He lobs one high down the left side. And the pass hits, picked off. Oh, you could just feel it. He wanted to make that a big return, but his offense will come out and take over at the 44.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Line gets set, 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. And it's incomplete. It was wild, high and wide on that one. After misfiring, it's 2nd down. Power football with the run. He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Makes the grab down the middle. Good tackle there to stop him short of the 1st down, and now they have to make a call. And this kicker has had a busy night. The field goal unit is out there for the 3rd time. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And now the lead is extended a little further.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over, and while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field goal.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the 1st play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Running back goes in motion. To the air, it's Moss. Floats it out in space. And that will go backwards. A negative play, and that defense on high alert that time. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab, it's Hudson. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the 1st down. The Trojans are on the move. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Gets it out fast.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season?
You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
And the Trojans want to crank the tempo.
Man, I really love the way this guy looks in his token rock. You think about all the high school kids out there who dream about one day donning a USC jersey and being the starting running back for the Trojans. There's so much competition, not just in the state of California, but nationally, to come to this school and be the guy, to be RB1. He's on the field for a reason. This guy is unique. He's got speed and vision. What a weapon.
He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. 3rd and long from the 30-yard line in this defense, hoping to knock them out of field goal range. Grabbed over the middle. It's Marks. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Never a doubt.
Well, you're always going to wonder what would have, could have, should have happened on 4th and inches had they gone for it. But with this kicker, I like taking 3 points and putting it on the board.
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. The returner will field it and bring it back. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Wide open downfield. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. Dropping back, it's Allard. Just a short pass to the tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Got a man. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. And they got him for the sack. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Nittany Lions decide to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. On the move, it's Branch. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Looking to go up top on 1st down. Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Quickly complete. At the 40, there he goes. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. A first down. He wants to throw. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And here on 2nd down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. Oh, he missed it. No good. Boy, that field goal really could have helped the mental health, but it's still a 13-point game. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, there in the shadows of the Hollywood sign, you've been watching quite a drama of your own. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those two stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at the LA Coliseum.
On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback, Ben. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
The Nittany Lions come to the line in the hurry-up.
And a big reason why this team has the lead in this game is because of plays like that. They know they've got firepower throwing the ball. They've got the dudes outside that can make things happen. You saw it in the first half, and you see it here again early in the third quarter.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Back to throw, it's Allard. Finds a spot in the middle. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this fourth down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down. On first down, here comes this offense. Makes the quick grab. Makes the grab, and he's dragged down. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Caught over the middle. It's Lane. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. A lot of urgency for this offense. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Caught near the sideline, it's Lane. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. The Trojans have their offense in high gear. The inside handoff. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Now on the option. He'll toss it. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way. At least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
The option look. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. He's going to have to break out the thunderfoot on this one, a 57-yard attempt. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. That one may sting a little, guys. Instead of getting it down to 10, feeling good about things, still a 13-point lead. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going. as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. With the catch, it's Fleming. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. The Nittany Lions will hustle to the line. Gonna run it. It's Singleton. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Operating in the red zone here on second down. He'll ride his man on the option. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Third down, and this crowd is tearing the lid off this place. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And you usually don't bring in dime packages for running teams. You bring in dime because you know they're going to throw the football. You got more speed on the back end to cover, and defensive linemen know they have their job to do. And their job is to go get that quarterback and get that sucker on the ground.
So here comes the field goal unit again. This kicker has already made 3 in this one. And there is a degree of difficulty with this one. A 47-yarder from the right hash. And it's right down the boulevard. And that will extend their lead even further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Pittsburgh was able to come away with the victory, but it was not the type of dominant win we've seen in the Steel City over the years. A win, yes, but this one lacked style points. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And the returner is stopped. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Using the quick game. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The back goes in motion. Looking to throw, it's Moss. Takes the easy completion. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. And this is going to be incomplete on third down. And the Trojans will send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. No return coming here as he signals for the fair catch and makes it right around the 30-yard line. And now this offense will take the field again. Going with the ground game left. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. On the ground, it's Singleton. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Running game worked on first down. Let's see if they go back to it on second down. He's looking to throw. Grabbed on the outside, it's Warren.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Makes a connection. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The Nittany Lions are marching down the field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Caught close to the marker, it's Fleming. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. He'll keep it himself. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. Looking to pass. It's Aller.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pick.
Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And the punishment has been extended. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They march 72 yards, and they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. USC 3. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. They're looking deep down the right side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Trojans will line up to punt it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller, too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
Dropping back, it's Aller. He makes the connection. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Handoff to the lone back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Line getting set on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He's going up top. Got it in stride inside the 20. Touchdown, Penn State! And the route is on. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
33, USC 3.
And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. He's going to run it. On the move at the 30. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. Wants to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Not much can impose your will on a defense like hopping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
They'll leave it with him. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. Looking for a man. It's Aller. Throws to the wideout. Oh, he just flat dropped it. He had the ball and didn't look it all the way in, and it'll be 4th down. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Trying to find his man on first down. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. Offense gets set for 2nd down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. For the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Makes the catch. It's Allen. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. After that last completion, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Lets it fly. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
Never say die attitude, and I love that, especially these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love kids that are competing until there's zeros on the board.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. He wants to start this drive with a pass. He's got an open man. flying down the left side. He's at the 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, USC! This game is almost certainly decided already, but the good news is for the next game, guys still flying around, still playing hard, not really hanging their heads.
Long season. This is early in the season. Still got plenty of time. Still find out which plays you like, which you don't. And you keep running them, keep getting better at them. So use this as practice.
Getting set for the point after. Bangs it through for an extra point. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Minnesota looked less like a pack of gophers and more like a group of road warriors in a solid victory. This team almost always plays tough in front of its home fans, and today they found a way outside of Huntington Bank Stadium. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Still running at the 40. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. From the gun, running back on the move. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Looking for room. It's Singleton. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down. And the Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
And that's a first down for the offense.
He'll do it himself. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down.
Well, they say you win a few, you lose a few, and some get rained out. Would have been good for this team if this one had gotten rained out because they lost badly.
Yeah, not a lot to be too proud about in this one here. Good news is you get to go back to the drawing board. You get to go back, you get to have another week of practice as a coaching staff, try and find ways to get players in position to go out and make plays. Going to need a big locker room speech after this one, David.
Yeah, and you're going to watch this tape, and it's going to hurt because you're going to watch it with coaches, and you're going to see the mess-ups and all the things you could have done better, but you got to learn from it. You got to get better. You got to grow, and that's how that works.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.